let's be real for a second. Have you ever reached the end of the day, looked back, and just wondered, where did it all go? You felt busy, you were running around, but were you actually productive? Well, if it feels like your day is in control of you, we're about to flip that script. We're going to dive into a simple but really powerful playbook for taking back your time.
You know this feeling, right? That massive to-do list just staring at you in the morning. It can honestly feel like you're already losing before you've even had your coffee. But what if you could stop playing defense? What if you could start every single day on the offense and completely change the rules of the game?
That's exactly what we're going to do right now. And forget about all those complex systems or impossible new habits. We're going to build a super simple, totally actionable playbook that you can literally start using tomorrow morning to win your day, every single day.
Okay, so our very first play starts right at the beginning. Because look, if you win the morning, you are setting the foundation to win the entire day. This is where you grab control before anything else can.
Before the emails start flooding in, before the notifications start buzzing, just take 5 to 10 minutes. Seriously, that's it. It's such a small investment of time, but it creates this incredible clarity and puts you, not your inbox, in the driver's seat. You get to decide what actually matters before the world tries to decide for you.
So, what do you do in those precious few minutes? Well, it all boils down to one very powerful number. This little number is the key to cutting through all the noise.
It's called the Top 3 Rule. And your mission is simple. Just pick the 3 most important things that you need to get done today. Not 10, not 25, just 3. Because if you get only these 3 things done, guess what? The day is a win. What this does is it forces you to be absolutely ruthless about what truly matters.
Okay, I can hear you already. But wait, one of my top 3s is finish that massive report. That's not a task, that's a monster. And you know what? You're absolutely right. A vague, giant task like that is just a recipe for procrastination. So we need another play.
You have to tame the monster by breaking it down into tiny, manageable pieces. This is how you do it. Finish the report suddenly becomes step 1, gather the data. Then step 2, create an outline. See? Each step is small, it's concrete, and it's totally achievable. You're not fighting a monster anymore. You're just taking the next easy step on a very clear path. And every time you check one off, you build momentum.
So you've got your plan. You've broken down your biggest tasks. The map is officially ready. Now it's time to actually start the journey. This next phase is all about execution. It's about mastering your focus to get the real work done.
A brilliant way to do this is to work in short, intense sprints. The idea is so simple. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and you give one and only one task your absolute undivided attention. Then, when the timer goes off, you take a quick 5-minute break. This little cycle keeps your mind sharp and, crucially, helps you avoid that burnout you get from those long, unfocused slogs.
Now, what's really interesting here is that deep focus is actually a 2-part strategy. Your offense, that's your 25-minute sprint. But your defensive game is just as important. You have to actively protect that focus like it's a fortress.
And believe me, the difference is night and day. On the left, that's the enemy, a constant storm of notifications, pings, and the myth of multitasking. But over on the right, that's your fortress of focus. Your phone is silenced, unnecessary browser tabs are closed, and you're tapping into the simple power of doing one thing at a time. You have to create the conditions for focus. It doesn't just happen.
Okay, this brings us to a really crucial and honestly often overlooked part of our playbook. You can have the best plan in the world, the perfect focused environment, but if your engine has no fuel, you're not going anywhere. We have to talk about your energy.
This quote, this reframes everything. We are obsessed with managing our time, but time is finite. You always have 24 hours. Energy, though, is renewable. When you shift your focus to managing your energy, you get so much more high-quality work done in the limited time you actually have. And the best part? This isn't complicated stuff. It's the fundamentals, getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, using those 5-minute breaks to actually get up, walk around, do a quick stretch. A refreshed brain just works better. It's faster and way more creative. It's that simple.
All right, we've covered the core strategies. Now let's assemble them into one simple, cohesive playbook that you can put into action immediately. So here it is, your 5-point game plan. First, you plan your day with the top 3 rule. Then, break it down. Turn those big projects into small actions.
Focus your work in 25-minute sprints. Defend that focus by getting rid of distractions. And finally, fuel your success by managing your energy. That's it. That's the whole game plan.
And that right there is the beautiful simplicity of it all. You now have the complete playbook. The theory is over. The only thing left to do is to actually put it into practice, because knowing this stuff is one thing, but doing it is everything.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Don't try to do everything at once. That's overwhelming. Just pick one. What is the one play from this playbook that you are going to run tomorrow morning to start reclaiming your day?